Hello and welcome to Sports Hub. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a beautiful evening and it's the first program in the month of love, month of February. My name is Noa Ben Zeev, aka Ntapechela Umwana wa Kwilanzi. Today I have a special guest and this guest is involved in two sports codes, swimming and horse riding. So just make sure you stay with us so that you hear the story of this athlete. So our segment, also our favorite segment, which is what is trending in sports, is also on, and I have Julius Malulu accompanied by Ruth Gwedeza Kalibange. Lady and a gentleman, welcome to Sports Hub. What do we have? Give us the highlights. No. I think next week we'll try a lady now.
Okay, good evening, Modern, and how are you doing this evening?
Very well, thanks.
Good evening, Julius. I know she's doing very well.
Good evening. Yeah, I'm good today.
Quickly, what we have in as far as what's trending on social media is concerned, Modern, we have our very own former national team goalkeeper, Kennedy Mwene, who's been appointed as second assistant at Mamelodi Sundowns. So we'll be getting to talk about that as well. And then we have we can say our very own female referee from Rwanda who keeps making headlines. So that's some of the items that we'll be talking about. I'll push it over to my colleague Ruth.
We have quite interesting topics tonight, Modern. We are also talking about Barbara Banda. Barbara Banda will not be part of the 32 squad that is going to take part in the tournament in Turkey. So that as well. We're also going to be talking about the 11th week Super League that was happening last week. We witnessed some dramatic events.
What was the drama?
The drama, it was so dramatic, Modern. The team decided to walk off the pitch in protest against the referee's decision to award the opponents a penalty in the 83rd minute. So that was quite interesting and disturbing at the same time, but we'll get to that shortly.
No, there's an issue of Salulani Piri, grabbing the shirt of the referee. I think that's interesting. That's something that has been trending.
This week has been full of drama.
He's actually apologized. So when we get back, we should be getting to talk about that. And maybe also looking at the later that he did right. He actually apologized, so we should be getting to talk about that as well, Modern. And also Senegal. Remember that Senegal are the African champions, and they're also crowned champions. So something interesting that we want to talk about that. We don't know whether it's skill they are using or maybe it's something that they're known for. So we'll be getting to talk about that when we come back. Those are the items that have been lined up for you in as far as what's trending on social media is concerned, Modern.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. Looking forward to that segment at the end of the show. So for now, we move on with the show. Feel free to participate on the program by calling 0211 25 30 25 or 0211 25 08 43. You can also send a WhatsApp message on 0955 20 29 04. If you're into Facebook, it's Sports Hub Facebook page or Modern Sinkala Sports, then you will reach us. So earlier on we had what is trending, just the hints on what will be talked about later on this program. So let's recap on last week's question. I asked you to identify the sportsman on the photo, and I had interesting responses. So the first response, this one says, the player's name is Elijah Turner, our former defender. This came obviously with no name, so we don't know where it's coming from, and the name and location. Then this one says, Uyo ni Eston Mulenga from Kwitonta. Interesting. Again, no name and location. So thank you very much for the feedback. We value your responses. However, the correct answer to that question is Kenneth Mbabo Malitoli. So that the photo before, that's our question for today. But yes. So that's the correct answer, Kenneth Malitoli. So born on 20th August 1966, Kenneth Malitoli is a Zambian coach and former footballer nicknamed Babo Malitoli. He is one of Zambia's most decorated players and was Zambian league top scorer in 3 consecutive seasons. as well as top scorer in Tunisia in 1993 and 1994. He's regarded as Nkana Football Club's most prolific striker after Bernard Chanda. He won the CAF Champions League with Tunisian club Esperance in 1964 and featured at the 4 CAN tournaments, which is AFCON tournaments, in 1990, 1994, 1996, and 1998. So today I have another one for you. I'm sure that one should be able to recognize that one. Who is that man in orange shirt? Who is that man in orange? Oh, is it copper? Copper jersey, yes. He's a Zambian legend, football legend. Who is that man? If you know that man, call us on 0211 25 30 25 or 0211 25 08 43. On WhatsApp is Modern Sinclair Sports or Sports Hub Facebook page. Then you reach us. On WhatsApp is 0955 20 29 04. So try your luck. Let's see how much you know your sportsmen and women. Right, so let's now look at the results from the past week, and we start with the MTN Super League results. On Saturday, it was Buttcon 1, Red Arrows 2, Chambishi 1, Nkana 1, Green Buffaloes 1, Forest Rangers 1, Kabwe Warriors 3, Nkwazi 0, Kansanshi Dynamos 0, Lumwana Radiants 0, Napsa Stars 0, Power Dynamos 1, Changa Rangers 1, FC Muza 1. So that's the MTN Super League. On Sunday, there's a game which was played in 2 days. Zesco United beat Green Eagles by 3-0. So it started on Saturday, and Zesco United scored a goal in the 2nd minute through Chanda Mukuka. And due to heavy rains, the game was postponed to the following day, and then Zesco scored 2 more goals through Lazarus Kambole, who scored a brace. So in the end, it was Zesco United 3, Green Eagles 0. Then Zanaco 0, Prison Leopards 2. This was a dramatic game which saw Salulan Piri being red carded and all that. So the guys will come and talk about it in terms of the drama that happened, the drama which is trending at the moment. Let's now go to the first National Division 1 League Week 22 results. On Saturday, it was Kafue Celtic 0, Trident 1. This is the game that we showed on TV3, which is this channel. Then Young Green Buffaloes 1, Mufulira Wanderers 0. Mutondo Stars 1, Livingstone Pirates 0. Then City of Lusaka 1, Kafue Celtic 1. Then Lusaka Dynamos 0, Zesco Malaiti Rangers 2. On Sunday, it was Kitwe United 1, Indeni 1. This is another game that we showed live on TV. Then Bats FC 1, Mpulungu Haba 0, Alfred Mafuleka scoring the only goal. Jomulo 2, Aguila Stars 1. Then let's look at the FAS Women's Super Division Week 20 results. It was Elite Ladies 1, Mufulira Wanderers Women 0, Natasha Mushiko scoring the only goal. Green Buffaloes 3, Trident Queens 0. National Assembly 1, ZIST Women 1, Nkwazi Queens 1, Played Forward Queens 0, Prison Leopards Queens 0, Zanaco Ladies 0, Red Arrows 1, Indeni Roses 0. Nyasa Queens 1, Green Eagles 2. This was another dramatic game where we saw a player urinating at a goalpost. I don't know, maybe it's to neutralize the so-called juju, because some people believe in juju. So anyway, maybe to wait for Green Eagles because they won by 2-1 away from home. Then Zescondola Girls 2, Queens Sports Academy 1. So that's what happened in the Women's Super League. Let's now look at the African Nations Championship. The 3rd place final, which was played on Friday, it was Niger 0, Madagascar 1. So Madagascar walked away with a bronze medal. Then the final involved Algeria and Senegal. It was 0-0 after extra time. Then Senegal won 5-4 on penalties. So congratulations to Zesco, who've won both the Men Africa Cup and the African Nations Championship. Then we go to the FIFA Club World Cup. On Wednesday, it was the opener. Al Ahly beat Auckland City by 3-0. This is happening in Morocco. Then on Saturday it was Wydad Casablanca 1, Al Hilal 1. And another game on Saturday it was Sito Sounders 0, Al Ahly 1. So the semi-finals will be played tomorrow. One game will be tomorrow, Flamingo versus Al Hilal at 21 hours. Then on Wednesday, it will be Al Ahly of Egypt versus Real Madrid at 21 hours. This will be a big game. Looking forward to this game on Wednesday at 21 hours. Let's end with the English Premier League results. So on Friday, it was Chelsea 0, Fulham 0. Saturday, it was Everton 1, Arsenal 0. Arsenal recording their second loss of the season, but they're still topping, and they've opened a 5-point lead because Manchester City also lost. Then Aston Villa 2, Leicester City 4, Brentford 3, Southampton 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 1, Bournemouth 0, Manchester United 2, Crystal Palace 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 3, Liverpool 0, Newcastle United 1, West Ham United 1. On Sunday it was Nottingham Forest 1, Leeds United 0, then Tottenham Hotspurs 1, Manchester City 0. So with this loss, it meant that the status quo remains the same. So Arsenal lead with the same points and they have a game in hand. For now, it's a 5-point lead, but they have a game in hand. So those are the results from the weekend. For now, let's dance to a song done by Chester, and this one is titled Chimo Noa Zambia. On the other side, I will welcome my guest.
Pero Silver, more power. The Shago Beat Fest. Calandania's promotion. More power. Valia papa sana na no tulipamo. Balundo baishiwe fuevo kupatana ni tabu. Takuvundula ulavundula lewo limo. Alana likubelela yo. Naliku iwe. Zambia never very bola. Ngabalusa chila atafima kula shagata mepo. No mafuti ngabakea. Chipolo kumishina imba. Kilishinga shinga. Chipolo kumishina imba. Atimu feno mweno wewo kulinewo. Nebunwa echo yatikatana na mafuti jiakanwepo. Mwewo no manga batarana. Mwana kuru mwanama. Tubiri tutatumwe. Kwa yubushiku mbona ibila tile lo file poa. Na ikalabala nirese bamonesi yo file poa. Walu hawalenga abala ndibafika. Wansangile nilipa mwishinde papatawia. Amapange ngwata leo ngana fola lebo kamutana ngana fola lebo nkayaleka uti ndafola ndahula foli natuyema my baby zangela ala foso za kamali za kula Chimuna Zambia ala lebo kweli bola ngabalusa chila atafima kula shagata mepo no mafuti ngabakea chipolo kumishina imba kilishinga shinga chipolo kumishina imba atimu feno mweno wewo kulinewo nebunwa echo yatikatana na mafuti jiakanwepo mwewo no manga batarana mwana kuru mwanama tubiri tutatumwe ichibe matitila titikuti watala kemisuwa lyanta mafi eichonari kujaila ubusumano bubibo benenari bwishiba okena kwelela fyonse fili fyonse yaiwela ndawanjelela nechipanda chalishiba kyaba nififinde tebakweshokulanda kokapulilamo lelo bakusana maino bali babili ichitemwiko chabo awe chakwishiba bene babili Chimuna Zambia ala nebo kweli bola ngabalusa chila atafima kula shagata mepo no mafuti ngabakea chipolo kumishina imba kilishinga shinga chipolo kumishina imba atimu feno mweno wewo kulinewo nebunwa echo yatikatana na mafuti jiakanwepo mwewo no manga batarana singa nishinaimba alatimofenomoelwawewo kulinewo nebunwa echo yatikatana na mafutizyakalwepo mwemonombanga bwatalana wanakulumoloma tubiri tutatumwe nebunwa chipolopolo neluma chipolopolo neluma.
Ladies and gentlemen, Silva on the beat.
Nebunwa, 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 nebunwa.
That's Chester with the song Chimona wa Zambia. It's dedicated to the under-20 national football team. They were playing over the weekend. They played Nigeria and they lost by 4 goals to 2. Actually, it was on Friday. And well, some people say, how do they lose by 4 goals to 2? But tomorrow again they'll be playing, and people will be asking, what time are they playing? So they are preparing for the Africa Cup of Nations, which is kicking off this month. So, time for me to welcome my guest in the studio. Like I said earlier, this guest is into 2 sports codes, horse riding and swimming. But I think she's more into horse riding, but she'll tell us more about this story. But she's represented Zambia at some international events, and also she's prolific here at home. So I'm talking about Noa Ben Zeev, and she's here with us. Hello. Noa, welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So we hear your story, how you manage the 2 sports codes. But first of all, let's start with your background. Tell us who you are.
So my name is Noa Ben Zeev, and I'm from Israel. And I've lived in Zambia for almost 8 years now, and I am we are a family of 5. I have 2 younger brothers who are also riding for the Zambian motocross team, and my parents, which are always supporting us in whatever we want to do. And I've been riding for as long as I can remember. It's one of my favorite things in the world, and I'm just very honored to be able to ride and have that support in my sport.
Right, that's great to hear. So you were born in Israel?
Yeah.
Right. How was your upbringing? How was the environment? Run us through, like, years back. How was it, your early years?
Well, my early years, it was mostly just getting to know, like, everything and, like, learning the sport. And also, it was a bit different from what it is now, because it was just the beginning of everything. And it's helped me reach where I am right now.
Right. So did you start, you are now 14 years of age,
Yeah.
right? So you started riding from Israel?
Yeah, I started riding in Israel, and I started riding when I was 3 years old, and I moved to Zambia when I was 7 years old, and I got my first pony when I was 8 years old. Her name's Ladybird. Now she's owned by another young girl who's learning how to ride, and Ladybird has taught me through, like, brought me through the beginning. She's told me how to ride. She's told me how to become a good rider, and is amazing pony.
Okay. So how did you get interested in horses? Who inspired you to get into
Well,
horses?
my biggest inspiration is...
So first of all, before you answer that question, tell us more about that picture.
Well, that photo I think was maybe when I was 7 or 8. And it was one of our first years in Zambia. Those are my 2 younger brothers. And it was Zambia Day at school, so we dressed up in chitenge and all that. My brothers are wearing chipolo polo shirts. And
Nice.
it was the very memorable day. It was one of the first years in Zambia. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. That's interesting. And that's your family there.
Yeah.
All right, your dad. Yeah, so give us the names, starting with your dad.
So my dad, his name is Jonathan, and he's one of my biggest inspirations. And my mom, Addie, she's also always supports me in whatever I do. And my two younger brothers, Dan and Raz, which I said, they're also very athletic. They also support me in what I do. And they also ride for the Zambian motocross team.
Interesting. All right, so Eddie, I asked you about who inspired you to get into horse riding.
And so one of my biggest inspirations was probably my dad, because he was the one that pushed me into the sports, I guess. He's taught me a lot. Like,
And that's your dad there?
yeah, that's my dad there. That's
That's
us in the Dead Sea in Israel. He taught me how to windsurf. My dad actually has won a bronze medal in the world windsurfing competition that he competed a couple years back.
Oh.
And he's one of my biggest inspirations because he's always supports me and pushes me to do my best and whatever I want to do.
Great, great. But thinking of horses, did you own a stable for you to start horses? What made you to go into equestrian?
Well, what made me start riding was, I said, my dad. He used to own the stables when he was younger, so he was the one that like brought me into horses, and he put me on a horse when I was just 3 years old. And
Is that, how old were you there?
I was 8. That was actually on my birthday. That's when I got my first horse, Ladybird. It was such a memorable day, and she's helped me so much in my riding. I'm very grateful to have had her as a pony. She's taught me so much.
Right, and there we can see
Yeah.
all grown up. I think maybe you should have been 10 or 11.
Yeah, I was 12 or
Oh.
11 there, yeah.
And that's the ladybird.
Yeah, that's Ladybird.
Interesting. Is that at your stable?
Yeah, that's at the farm I ride at. I ride at Lazy J Farm. And my coach is Rachel, and I'm very happy that she's my coach. She's pushed me so much in my riding, and she's helped me so much.
Okay. All right, and that's Rachel there,
Yeah,
right?
that's Rachel, yeah.
How much influence has she had on your equestrian career?
Well, Rachel's helped me through it all. She's been there from the beginning. She's the one that helped me get where I am right now. She's always by my side to support me in every competition. She's amazing. I love Rachel.
Incredible, incredible. While in Israel, how were you welcomed when you went to the first stable to try out equestrian?
Well, it was a different type of horse riding. Like, it was Western. It's different. It's not jumping, and it was different because here it's more, I guess, developed in a way in jumping.
Here in Zambia?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I just felt like it was the beginning of my career. It's like it was the start. It was all about getting my balance, learning, like having that connection with horses, and it was mostly just like being comfortable, getting all that basic stuff to help me get where I am right now.
Did you have any competitive competitions while in Israel?
Yes, I actually did. I had a competition like this summer, but overall, when I was younger, I didn't have any competitions.
Okay, all right. So we fast forward. Now you come to Zambia, and the first stable you joined was Lazy J.
Yeah.
How were you welcomed there, and who are some of the riders that you found there?
Well, Lazy J, when I first came, it was very big, a lot of people. And some of the first riders that were there were Bunty, who was really nice. She's always supported me as well. And Hillary, she was also there. And some other riders like Karis and Megan.
Wow. Okay. Now I know in equestrian there are a number of disciplines. So there's jumping, there's dressage, there's cross country. Which one are you good at?
Well, I do jumping. That's what I'm doing. And I've done it, I guess, for a long time. I used to also do dressage and cross country, but now I've put my focus into jumping because that's what I want to do.
Right. So your heart is on in jumping. You think maybe you can't do very well in these other disciplines?
It's not that I can't do very well. It's just this is what my passion is. My passion is jumping, and that's what I want to do. So I love cross country. It's very fun, and I enjoy doing it for fun. And also I find dressage is very good for building your horse's balance, but jumping is what I want to do.
Oh, right, right. Can you remember the first competition you participated in, and how was your performance?
Well, I remember the first competition I participated in. It was actually a dressage competition, and I rode an old horse. He has died now, but I remember I think I came first on my first dressage competition, and I remember my first competition with my first pony. It wasn't that great because we didn't really know each other and we still didn't have that connection, but every round was like teaching me something, and then before I sold her, we were jumping amazing 1 meter rounds, which for a small pony, that was very good.
Right. How has been the partnership between you and your first horse?
She's the sweetest horse. She's been like such a great thing like that happened. She was a miracle in my life. She taught me so much because we had those bad rounds and those horrible falls, but although it was hard, she always like pushed me and showed me I'm still here, but you need to ride. You need to know that like I can't do everything for you, and she taught me a lot as a rider.
And I can see that's you, and that's Jenny, right? Jenny Mira?
Jenny Mira.
Is that in the showgrounds?
Yeah, that is. I don't remember what show it was, but yeah.
Okay. How many medals have you won with
Ladybird?
With this, yes, with Ladybird.
So many, I can't count.
You can't count.
Yeah, I've had her for I think 5 years or something before I sold her, and although at the start it was hard to get that connection and to build that power to like manage to win those rounds, it was all building blocks until we managed to actually start winning and all that. Yeah.
Okay. How many horses do you have?
Right now I own 2 horses, Ziggles and Hidden Influence, and I'm very happy with them. They're going great.
So of the 2, which one have you achieved more?
Ziggles. She's also older and she's more stable with herself, more balanced. Hidden is a young horse, so I'm still building him, but he's going very well.
Okay, right. So I know there are so many competitions in Zambia. Which one do you enjoy of all the competitions that are there? I know there is it's a World Jumping Challenge, there's a Lusaka Derby, and all these. Which one is your?
Well, the one competition that I really enjoy is the Child Classic. Although this year I think I'm too old to do it. I participated in it last year and the year before, and both of those years I did do very well, and I won like the silver Zambia World Tour and the gold Zambia Tour last year, which was a great experience.
Right. Okay. I know that you've also competed internationally. In 2021, you were in Congo, Lubumbashi, where you took part in the Lubumbashi jumping competition.
Yeah.
So we went to our archives and fished out a report from Lubumbashi where Noah competed. Zambia took part in the Lubumbashi International Jumping Competition held at the Sekolipik de Lubumbashi in Democratic Republic of Congo from 21st to 24th October 2021. The nation was represented by 7 riders, namely Banty Howard, Hilary Mulugwa, Noa Ben Zeev, Lisa Okono, Chloe Kilpatrick, Eleanor Whittle, and her young sister Beatrice. It was the 30th edition, which attracted 7 countries, 2 from Europe, 1 from South America, and 4 from Africa. These are Brazil, France, Belgium, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Zambia, and the host, Congo DR. On day 1, which was Thursday, October 21, The biggest winner for Zambia was Banty Howard, who won the 1 meter category with Queen of Victory. The 19-year-old, who was also acting as coach, recorded a double clear and the fastest time to beat Banini Ramatula of Congo DR and Tamsin Mula of South Africa. Banty went ahead to win 2 more trophies in the similar category with the same horse on day 2 and day 4.
I was very happy with my performance. I just came back from England, where I am pursuing my career in the show jumping. I had ridden one horse that traveled down from Zambia, and then I was also lent a horse from the Congolese Federation. So that was a challenge to get to know that second horse. But the horse I got from Zambia, we won 3 out of 4 of our classes, so I couldn't have asked for a better result.
Day 3 was a grand day for Hilary Mulugwa in Zambia. The 14-year-old won a big class of 1 meter 20 with Ekene Bodonto, finishing on 4 points to beat Charlotte Taymans of Congo DR and Nicholas Nico of Zimbabwe. On top of the big class, Hilary also won the 1 meter category with Serengeti. This was an accumulator where she accrued the maximum number of points and the fastest time to beat Banin Ramatula of Congo DR and Tamsin Mula of South Africa.
I think that all my horses gained a bit of experience and knowledge from the show. I personally feel like I also gained a lot of knowledge and experience from the show, and you can really tell that all of my horses improved, especially on the last couple of days we had. If I had to go back, I would definitely aim for trying to attempt to do 130, while also trying to regain my giant trophy that I had won on the Grand Prix with Ekene Bodonto, because I have to win it 3 times before I can take it home.
Another high performer for Zambia was Noa Ben Zeev. The 12-year-old won the 95 centimeter top score event with Tiger Lily on day 3 before winning the 90 centimeter category on the final day with the same horse.
My horses tried their best. It was a long trip for them and for us, and it was my first international competition, which was very fun, and we got to compete versing a lot of people from all over the world, like Belgium and France, which was a great experience, and the team did very well, and I think I gave it my best, which was what I needed to do, and I feel like next year we'll just go higher and do our best again.
Other Zambian riders also tried their best to finish on the podium. Ndola-based Liza Okono riding Miss Peka finished second on day 3 in 90 centimeters, while Chloe Kilpatrick of Chingola riding on July Rush also finished second in 90 centimeters on the final day. Ellen Owito's best finish was third on day 3 with Sun Bay, while her sister Beatrice, who was the youngest Zambian rider, did not win anything because she had a tough time with her horse Flicker, but organizers gave her a special rosette for her effort and determination. Other riders with Zambian connection who did well are Chisamba-based Zimbabwean Isabella Gifford and her compatriot Nicholas Nico, who is based in Lusaka. Isabella won the 90 centimeter class on day 1, while Nicholas won the 1 meter 10 category. The event was a beauty to watch, especially during the display of fireworks. Okay, so that was in October 2021, and Noa Ben Zeev was very much part of that event. Describe to us how that event was for you.
That event was amazing. It was my first international competition, and I gained so much experience from there, and I feel like when you go and compete in international competitions, you also get a deeper connection with your horse that you're participating with, and we met amazing people, and it was an amazing experience, and we really got that power that we needed and all that support from our team, which was great.
Right. Interesting. So that was in Lubumbashi. Tell us about other international competitions that you participated in.
So recently I competed in the Jewish Olympics, the Maccabea Games, and that was one amazing experience. Although we did have some tough times with the horses and the officials and stuff, we managed to push through, and I managed to ride, although I could have done better. There's always room to improve.
That was in Israel?
Yeah, that was in Israel.
Okay.
Although I could have done better, I was really happy with the things I did, and that, like, although it was challenging, we managed to push through, And I was also very lucky to have my coach come and support me and coach me through Israel. And that was a great support for her to come because I couldn't have done it without her.
Which one, Rachel?
Yeah, Rachel.
Oh, Rachel came through to
Yeah.
Israel. Okay. So in Israel, you used other horses.
Yes, I sadly couldn't fly my horses because it's very far. So we got to use other horses, and although we did have challenges with a horse, I got a very cute small pony. It was very nice. Yeah.
Right. How was the environment there, and also the competition as opposed to maybe the competitions which are held in Africa?
Well, the environment there, it was different, I must say. We rode in a different arena, and the competition was a lot tighter. Although I did feel like it wasn't very fair because the Israeli riders did have their horses there, so they already knew their horses and all. But it was also for the experience and meeting new people and getting that push to like try new shows, new competitions in different places.
Okay. All right. So tell us some of the accolades that you've won in equestrian. What are some of the things that you've won?
Well, I've won a lot of stuff, but some of my biggest achievements were probably the Children's Classic. I told you this year I won the Gold World Tour and...
Okay, yeah, and these are some of the accolades. Thank you, Director. Yes, which event was this one?
This was in Congo. This was the night I came first, which was very fun, yeah.
Okay. What else can you remember?
I've done so many competitions. Also in 2021 I won the Silver Child Classic, and now I'm starting to compete in the 130 class with my horse, and I'm looking forward to riding in the Category A World Jumping Challenge.
Right, yeah, so for now you are competing in 130.
Yeah.
Right, and is that the ultimate height, or maybe you still have to go up to 140 or?
Well, the Olympics is 160 and.
160.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy, but that's my goal. My goal is to start going out to those international competitions, to start representing my country, and to start getting out there and riding. And my goal is to go to the Olympics one day and hopefully win something.
Okay, so the next Olympics will be in 2024, which is next year.
I won't be able to get it.
And you are 14. Do you think you would qualify to go for the Olympics?
Next year, it's a bit tight. I don't think I will, but if I get to go out there in those competitions, if I find a good horse, I manage to qualify in the 160 class, you never know. Yeah.
Right. So now you are also into swimming. Tell us about swimming. How did you develop the interest in swimming?
Well, I used to swim when I was younger, like when I was 12. And although I don't think of it as my main sport, I do think of it as a side sport. But I still think it's very important because it helps me keep fit for my horses, and it helps me have that power which you need in horse riding. Like swimming, you have to be very strong to do. You need good abs and lower back, and the same with horse riding. So I just feel like they tie in very well, and one benefits the other.
Right. Do you enjoy swimming?
I enjoy it, yeah. Sometimes it's hard training, but yeah, you'll see an outcome. You'll feel fit, and you can feel it in your riding. Okay.
Have you already started achieving in swimming?
Well, I only came back now after 2 years. I took a break from swimming, and recently I competed in the ICEA.
Is that you there?
Yeah, that's me. Like
in blue?
No, I'm the one in the pink. That was a clinic I did with an Olympic swimmer who she came and taught us. Yeah, coached us.
All right. So, tell us, what event was this?
Well, this was a clinic. She came to coach us. She just gave us tips. This was her Olympic medals. I don't know if you can see. And yeah, it was a great clinic. She was very inspiring.
Right. And after this, what other competitions did you participate in?
In swimming, recently I just came back from ICEA swimming in Harare, which was
wow.
It was a great experience. It was much fun. Yeah, although we didn't have the best outcome, I feel like now I just need to start getting back into that routine of swimming, getting fit again.
Is that in Harare?
No, that was from 2 years ago.
Okay. All right. What competition was that? Or maybe it was training?
I think it was a competition in OIDC.
At OIDC?
Yeah.
Right. So you meet, I know, is that?
That's in ICEA, that's in Zimbabwe.
Oh, that's in Zimbabwe?
Yeah.
That's the most recent one?
Yeah, that was the team. Although we didn't have the biggest team, we did very good for our small team. Our boys team came second and our girls team came fifth. But I was very proud of the team. We all supported each other and it was a great experience.
In which category were you swimming? Is it backstroke? Is it freestyle? And
I was kind of swimming everything. The 2 strokes that I achieved the best was probably breaststroke. I came first in the B finals, 50 meters breaststroke, and I came third in the 50 meters freestyle. Okay,
so I know some horse riders who are also swimmers. I know Tamenji Miti, Sibongile Miti.
Yeah, they're very strong swimmers.
And then yourself?
Well, I do swimming as kind of a side thing to help me in my horse riding. So it's not really my main sport like Tamenji and Sibo, which they're very strong swimmers. But I think it's a very good sport. I love our coach, Coach Iani is a great coach as well. And the team, it's a very powerful team.
Tell us about that photo.
Well, that was in ICEA swimming, and that was when we went on the podium, like on the opening ceremony when we met all the schools, and it was very fun experience. We met a lot of nice people and it was great.
Right. Okay, so you told us your ultimate goal in equestrian is to go for the Olympics. Is that your ultimate goal?
Well, that's one of my ultimate goals. One of my big goals is to just ride in big Grand Prix, hopefully win, and be one of a good rider. Hopefully one day make top 100 riders. And yeah.
And in swimming?
Swimming, I kind of just like it to be more of a sport to help me in my riding. I want to focus on horse riding more. That's my main goal. So I am focusing on horse riding more than I am on swimming.
Okay, so you'd want to acquire more horses, and how many more horses would you want to get?
Well, I don't think you need a lot of horses. I feel like if you have a couple of good horses, like 2 good horses that can take you to where you need, then that's all you need. Because I feel like if you have a lot of horses, you need to keep them fit and they need all this work. So I would rather focus on 2 strong horses rather than have 6 horses but they're not fit and only 2 of them are good.
All right. So now you are in grade 8. How are you balancing up school and sports?
Well, it is a bit challenging, I must say, but you just need to keep up work and be dedicated to what you want. So since I want riding in my life, I need to make sure I can balance it evenly. So I do think of horse riding, to me, more important than school, but school is a very important thing. So you still need to balance it, you still need to study, you still need to do all this, but also do something you love. I think that's very important.
All right. Okay, so I'll keep you here for now because I have something for you. I want to try something on you. But for now, we have to cross over to my colleagues, Ruth Gwedeza, Kalivange, and also Julius Malu, so that they can give us what is trending. So I throw it to Ruth. What do we have? I'm sure you have juicy stories. You gave us a hint earlier on.
Yeah, we have quite interesting topics this evening, Modern. We are talking about Indeni roses, as well as the Barbara Banda missing the tournament, the upcoming tournament, which is kicking off this month. So we have also other stories about the dramatic one that you earlier mentioned about a lady. We saw a lady peeing on the couple. Julius, I don't know what's your take on this one. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what
just
to
laugh,
call
say
that. Is
something.
it juju? Is it? Was she just pressed and she needed to take a moment, or it's something to do with juju?
I think for me, Ruth, it's just trying to answer the core of nature. Really, I think from the look of things, she just had pressure, and there was nothing wrong with that. Actually, there was nothing like neutralizing the juju or something and go. I think for me, it was just about her answering the call of nature. So literally, there was nothing wrong with it.
I don't think so, Julius. And this is what what it is believed. Because in Zambian football they believe in juju so much. So they believe when they pee, then they neutralize whatever juju is there.
For me, Modern, that's a myth. That's a myth. It's not,
a myth,
it's not right.
Of course, it's a myth, but a myth can either.
It's not right. Like I earlier said, there's nothing wrong with what she was doing. Obviously, there was pressure.
By the way, they won.
She had to answer the core of nature. So obviously, she had no option but to pee from the football pitch. Remember that this is not the first time it's happening. We also had another incident, I think last season, when we saw Super League side Forest Rangers goalkeeper doing the same thing. Like you rightly put it, Modern. It's believed that when the juju has been put at the goalpost, obviously when you pee, you neutralize that juju. But for me, I think that's a myth and it doesn't work. She was pressured and she had to answer the core of nature. So really, I think it's not even necessary, or it's not right to really bully the girl. Because I've seen a lot of comments that are coming through on social media trying to bully the girl and whatnot. But I think for me, it's just about her answering the core of nature.
Okay, if you put it that way. Anyway, still talking about football, we are going to witness Barbara Banda missing the tournament, the Turkey Women's Cup tournament, which is kicking off this month. On the 13th to the 22nd in Alanya. So FAS announced that Barbara is going to miss due to her commitments back at Shanghai, as well as the COVID restrictions which are still going on. But fans have not taken well this news. I'm not sure why. Some fans have not taken this news very well, that Barbara will not be part of the 32 squad that is traveling to Alanya this month. I don't know, what's your take? Why do you think fans are upset that some fans are upset? Why do you think they're upset?
First of all, to start with, obviously, Barbara Banda is our top scorer that we have as Copa Queens, and obviously the coach, the Copa Queens coach, Bruce Mape, is dependent on the likes of Barbara Banda. Remember that she was not part of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations that took place in Morocco. So obviously, the fans are eager and looking forward to seeing Barbara Banda back to her scoring ways for the Copa Queens. So obviously that's the reason why most fans are not happy that she's not going to be part of the tournament, because remember that this tournament is a preparatory tournament as the Copa Queens are preparing for the 2023 World Cup that will be taking place in New Zealand, and also co-hosted by Australia. So really, it's not a good thing that Barbara is not going to be part and parcel, but obviously COVID restrictions in China. But we're hoping that this time around, Barbara Banda is going to be part of the World Cup that will be taking place in Australia. Because remember that she is one of the stars that we have.
Exactly.
So really, we hope that Barbara Banda is going to be part of the last engagement. Remember that FAS has lined up a lot of friendly games. So this is just not the only games that FAS has lined up, but there are other games. And we're hoping that Barbara Banda is going to be part and parcel of those games. Quickly, let's move to one issue that made headlines yesterday. Ruth Salulani, one of the Zanaco players, did make headlines. He wanted to beat up the referee. More than, I don't know if you saw that. He wanted to beat up the referee because according to him, he feels the decision that the referee made was just too harsh for him being red carded, which for me, I think that was indiscipline. You don't have to do that no matter what decision the referee makes. I mean, he's the boss, so he has the final say. So if he gives you a red card, I think, especially for Salulani, he's a professional player. He's played professional football for some time. So really, that was uncalled for from Salulani. But then, the good part is him being a professional player, he's decided to write a letter of apology, and he's apologized to the Zambian FA and to Zanaco and the fans for the behavior that he did display yesterday. What's your quick take on that, Modern, though?
Well, that's uncalled for. Remember, we were dealing with issues of Basel and now Salula Piri. But then what's important is the apology. At least he's apologized. But that should not be tolerated in football.
Do you see him also going to Congo?
No.
but indeed, yeah, that's uncalled for. But the good thing is that finally Salulani did apologize, and that's a good thing. And I think we're sending a message to all players out there. I think indiscipline should not be tolerated in the game of football. It's a beautiful game of football that is meant to be enjoyed. So really, whatever decision the referee makes, it should be respected. That's all we had in as far as what's trending is concerned, Modern.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Well, topics that are trending everywhere. And thank you very much for bringing us up to speed. So, let me get back to Noah. Noah, have you played football before?
Not really. I used to play football the first year I came to Zambia, but focusing on horse riding. Yeah.
All right. Okay, today I'm challenging you. I want you to do ball juggling.
Oh, no.
I know you're used to horses, but today you have to try ball juggling. So time is now. So let's go. We go and pick up the ball there, and then you do some ball juggling skills. Let's see what you're able to do. Yes, and time starts now. You can start juggling. 1, 2.
I can't.
Well tried. Well tried. Try another one. 1, 2. Well, I'm a man of many chances. Let me give you another chance. Yes, time starts now. 1, 2, 3. Wow! That means if I gave you the last chance, you can even do 4. Let me give you
once more.
One last chance. Noa Ben Zeev, ladies and gentlemen. She's a horse rider and swimmer, but she's trying football, ball juggling. And time starts now. 1, 2.
One more time.
One more time. One last time. 1, 2. Okay, Noah, thank you very much for coming.
You're welcome. Thank
All right.
you for having me.
And as we wind up, tell us what is for the year 2023.
Well, for this year, we have some very good competitions coming up. Hopefully, we'll have some more international competitions, and I'm sure our Zambia team will do great. And my goal is to jump my horse as well and to win some more achievements and do great.
All right. Noa Ben Zeev, 14-year-old horse rider and swimmer. She was featuring on today's Sports Hub. And join us next week as I come with another guest. So Noa, wishing you all the very best.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for watching. Until next week. Goodbye.